Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. Supportive or nope. The tarot cards I'm using today are Bonfire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. The supportive oracle cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. There's a comical energy already, and there's kind of like something's kind of like trying to throw me off. So let's see if that translates to your reading, or if it's just me being me. Maybe it's just me being me. We'll find out. Okay. I mean, we're heading towards a change. Okay, so we got 3 cards face down in the environment. And you got another. Okay, there's definitely a change coming. So, like, if I was doubting it, they gave me a second card to show. Definitely a change coming. So, it's what's going on. It's all about. It's going to be all about what's going on around you. What you see versus what you don't. So there's like 2 levels here, and it's realizing it. The sooner you realize it, the easier your life will be. It's almost like somebody saying something to your face and not realizing that they're holding something back, something like that. On your side, you got leadership with personal transformation. Now, whether you're in a leadership role at work, if you run the household, if this is a friendship or like a group and you're moving something forward, what I'm getting in this is like the leadership is like you deciding, I need this to go differently. Because that's personal transformation. I want something to be handled or go differently. So the way I've been doing it, I've decided I need to change that. So I feel like the simplest way is like, for me, example, I decided like, okay, health isn't looking as good, so I need to change something here. What can I change that makes sense? So like for I started doing intermittent fasting a couple years ago. Made a good change, but I might make more changes after that. Who knows? But that's like the start. Like me personally deciding this isn't right. I'm going to change how I do things and making that committed change. Like I'm going to do things differently. Seems very simple to start. And you're in complete control of it. And it's also very personal to you in the sense of like, it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. You're going to do what you need to do. And it's all about how you feel and what you want to perpetuate forward. Openness with love is in the environment. So whatever you're choosing to do, I'm getting there's a very supportive environment here. Whatever you want to do, so even if it's like you've decided like I want to find a different way to communicate, maybe you want to take a writing course because you're like I want to communicate certain things differently, or maybe you're like I want to take a history course on how Black people have been treated in the U.S. Maybe that's one. That's a good one. I just want to find out the truth. Something like that. So you're making that decision. You're going forward. There's very supportive energy around this. Sounds good. As you go into this, whatever it is, you're looking for somebody to kind of bounce ideas off of. I feel like you're trying to find somebody who either relates to the situation very easily or has done something similar to you. So it doesn't have to be, a big, it doesn't have to be a mountain. But for example, if you're like this person at work has gone through this course, or this person experiences these things, or this person, they do the same thing that I want to do. You're looking for somebody who you can like be like, well, this is what I'm learning, and I want to know if this actually applies correctly. I want to know if this makes sense. What do you think? I feel like you want like a sounding board. It says finding a mentor, but it's kind of like, isn't that what a mentor does too? Like you experience things, you go through things, you're like, does this make sense? Do you think this fits? How do you feel about it and why? Explain to me what you've experienced. Ooh, okay. The person you're finding, you're not really sure they get what they're doing. For some reason, it's whoever you're connecting with, it's not that they don't have experience or that they know what they're doing themselves, but when I'm getting the Nine of Swords, kind of like, do they even want to be bothered with me? Do they understand why I'm doing what I'm doing? Do they see it at the angle that I need it to be seen in? Like, they're experiencing it through their eyes and how they relate to the world. I'm coming at this from a different angle. I experience life differently. Are they going to understand that? Are they going to have the compassion or understanding to really connect with me and help me like see like this is working for the way I deal with life? Or are they just going to have their one pointed view at it? The part you don't see is the Knight of Wands. Whoever you're getting that's connecting with you, and you're kind of like, this is what I'm doing, and you're very similar or connected to the same situation, I would like to just talk about this stuff with you once in a while, just to see where you, like what you think of what I'm doing, and like if what I'm learning here actually makes sense and is applicable to the situation, or is just a waste of time and more like just fluff on the situation. It doesn't really amount to anything. And I'm getting what's behind the scenes is that they're very excited about this, but with the Knight of Wands, it's like very excited at first, but they might not really be overly invested at the beginning. Very excited, but not invested. And kind of like, okay, let's see where it goes. They want to engage in this, but they're also like, you're going to have to prove that I need to be. You're going to have to prove that this is worth my time. If you show me that you're actually honestly into this and you put in the effort, I will tell you what I see and I will give you my 2 cents. So it's kind of like, yes, they're very excited about this. Yes, they're very into it. But no, they're not going to put in any extra effort. They're going to let you put in that effort. And if you put in the time and effort into it, they will match it. Okay. We're continuing forward. You have conversations. It says psychic conversations, which sometimes when this card comes in, and I'm a very intuitive reader, I'm getting like you're figuring things out, and you might have supportive information coming to you. It's almost kind of like when you keep thinking about a person and they call you, or, you know, you want to learn about aardvarks, and then all of a sudden, you know, you start talking to a person like, my favorite animal is the aardvark. Really? Oh yeah, my aunt got me into him. She collects all this information on them. She has documentaries and everything, just to make it ridiculous, but you know what I mean. All of a sudden things just start falling right in your way to support what you already want to do anyway. That's what I'm kind of getting with the psychic conversations. Like, you start thinking about information and you start wondering, like, is that really true? And then all of a sudden things start coming into your path with people with experiences or other information that do support where you're going. That's kind of what I'm getting. Psychic conversations could mean... It could mean something psychic, but it doesn't have to mean. Because I'm like getting, for most of you, it just seems like you're connecting to the energy. You're getting right into the flow of it. And it's like it's all just joining in and it's showing you the reinforcement of where you're going. It's like it's swimming together quite well. Community also seems to be backing you up. You're starting to find a group of other people. When you start learning about this situation, whatever it is you want to do, for example, for me with intermittent fasting, and starting to find other people in the community, other people how they do it, other people who want to talk about it, other people who are interested in showing you like what else they do to add to this situation. You're finding that type of community with this, apart from the mentor energy. The Knight of Cups is telling me whatever you're deciding to change fits. It fits you so well. It's almost like, for example, if you're learning about, I don't know, I mean, other than the obvious reason, but like I'm going to give this example. It's kind of like if you're a white person and you're learning about Black history. It's fitting with you perfectly because you're realizing what role you've played in that and how other people around you have been treated, and you're like it's starting to click like, oh my God, I've seen this my whole life. I just didn't realize I was seeing this my whole life. Like this has been happening the whole time. I just was not I just didn't really get it. I just did not get it. It might be clicking in that way with the Knight of Cups, just for an example. When you get excited about this, because I feel like it's just gonna, whatever it is, you're clicking with it. 8 of Wands comes in. You're all sort of excited. And I feel like you're expressing this, and you're going towards this mentor about this. whoever that is. When you are bringing all this excitement, because a lot of times the Eight of Wands does talk about not just speed or travel, but sometimes excitement. It just kind of comes in that way, like a flash of excitement. This meant whoever this person is, they're very interesting to me because at first they're not. It's not you're not really sure if they can relate or if they're going to be able to really help. Later, you come towards them and you're all excited, and it's just kind of like I feel like you're overwhelming them a little bit. They got the Six of Swords. So they're just kind of like, oh yeah, that's great. Okay, good, cool. Yeah, I gotta go. They're kind of like, okay, cool, great. I don't have the time for that right now. I gotta go. Thanks. That's on the outside. Like it's almost like they're brushing you off. They're like, I can't right now. Sorry, Libra, not right now, Libra. On the inside, they love it. They're really happy that you're doing this. Like whatever you're doing, they're really happy. It's a really good energy, but for some reason they're a little bit shy about expressing that. Kind of like, okay, you're doing good, great. They're happy. They're really happy for you, but they're very private about it, and they don't want to share that with you. They're very quiet about it. At first or permanently, I'm not sure. Let's keep going. I'm getting emotional release with the Ascended Masters. You might hear, because there's no card balancing you on this, you might hear from other people that the person you see as a mentor is really kind of happy for you and kind of like really happy where you're going with things. They're really optimistic about it. Emotional release with the Ascended Masters. When I'm feeling Ascended Masters, I feel like you're actually helping this person. Like you're making them feel better. Like, you know what, that Libra, I didn't expect them to do that well. They're really doing a lot better with that than I thought. I'm kind of avoiding them right now, but they're doing good. I don't really know if they need my help right now. I think they're doing good on their own. Almost like that type of feel. Emotional release with Ascended Masters is like this person seems to be talking about you to other people, but in a very positive way. This is what comes in next. Why? Okay, let's find out. There's a conflict here, definite conflict. I don't feel like this mentor energy is going to stick around. It's fair. No, okay, this is just, we're just going with it. With the Five of Wands, I feel like this is not the best match for you. But this might lead you to somebody else. Whoever this mentor energy is, who you've asked to like help you keep in line and make sure this makes sense and this is going to work out, and you're like, you do this, would you be mindful? And they're like, okay. In the beginning they were okay, but then I feel like they're uncomfortable with it. I feel like they're uncomfortable with it. There's another choice. When I'm seeing this, it feels like another person. The Knight of Coins is like somebody else can be a better match for you. I don't feel like the first idea was the best idea. You didn't know that. You wouldn't know that unless you tried, and that's what you did. But I'm getting like the first mentor seems to want to bow out. And I'm getting there's kind of like some issue with that. Somebody else might easily show up though. Because this is the face down one. I feel like somebody else might easily show up. But you might be a little bit kind of like, oh. That didn't go well the first time. Like this card. It says past lives, but I'm kind of feeling like it's kind of like past effects. Sometimes it does talk about past lives. I just don't feel like in this case it is. I kind of tried for a mentor. It didn't work out that well. And you have to choose whether you want to try somebody else or not. If that's the case, you have to decide like, well, how's it going to benefit you and how can you benefit them? I feel like if you're going to try it again with someone else, whatever this mentor energy is, you're immediately thinking to yourself, I got to find a way to where this is really helpful for them. What are they going to get out of it? If I do this, how can I make this more fair for them to where they feel like they're actually getting something out of this situation too? And that seems to be hindering your choice. Not hindering, but hinging the choice. You have to decide whether or not. This is the other card I said that comes in basically saying you have a choice. But it's also coming in with Pentacles, and I didn't see that Knight of Coins because he was face down first. He's also Pentacles, Coins, Pentacles, same thing, Earth. You just gotta find a way to where you can give to this person as much as you get from this person. And if you feel like there's a true, like they feel like they're getting something from you and you're getting something from them, if you can figure out a way where that seems to make sense to you, to where they're not just like helping you, I feel like this has a chance to really work. I do think the second one is a better idea. I would give the second one a chance. It's the thing, like, what can you do for the mentor? That's where you have to like put yourself, like, what can you do for them that makes this a balance? How does this balance, how do you feel like this is actually a balance to where they feel like they're getting something from you equal to what you're getting from them? I'm also going through this analogy in my head, like sometimes, you know, when you go to school and college or whatever, and you have a mentor assigned to you, when you connect with that person, you know what I mean, emotionally in some way, to where they enjoy the interaction and they feel like they can talk with you about certain things and work out things with you, and then you can work about whatever subject you is with them, it does seem to make a better bond. So it may be just like, maybe they need other things, maybe they need to talk out other things, and maybe you're that person that can be that sounding board for other things. And when it comes to this subject, you'll go to them. When it comes to other subjects, they'll go to you. It may be that type of balance. You may need to be that type of person, because I feel like unless you can find a way to strike a balance, I just don't feel like it's going to work. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.